the way to Sam's club.
It seems clear that you must
Samantha's club.
at once.
It's perfectly absurd.
Why so?
What can this man possibly know of what has occurred? No. It's a waste of time and money.
But surely he wouldn't have telegraphed to you if he didn't know something.
The doctor is quite correct. You should wire at once that you're coming.
No, I don't think I shall go.
Mr. Amberley, it would make the worst possible impression both upon the police and upon myself if you should refuse to follow up so obvious a clue.
Well, yes, of course. If you look at it that way, on the face of it, it seems absurd to suppose that this person knows anything. But if you think...
I do think.
Very well, then. I shall contact you with any news.
But you may need help or advice, Mr. Amberley. Clearly, we have come to a crisis in this affair. Rest assured, you shall not go alone. Watson will go with you.
I will.
He will?
I believe there's a train leaving from Liverpool Street Station in just under half an hour. I'm afraid it's rather a long journey.
Well, gentlemen, what can I do for you?
We came in answer for your wire, Mr. Elman.
My wire? I sent no wire. We refer to the wire you sent to Mr. Josiah Amberley about his wife.
And my money.
Gentlemen, if this is a joke, it is a very questionable one. I beg your pardon?
A joke?
I have never heard of a Mr. Josiah Amberley before, and I have not sent a wire to anyone.
You see, here's the wire itself, signed Elman, and dated from the vicarage.
Perhaps there's some mistake. Are there two vicarages? There is only one vicarage, sir, and only one vicar. This wire is a scandalous forgery, the origin of which shall certainly be investigated by the police.
A forgery, Doctor, and a wasted journey.
I see. Well, we're most sorry for troubling you, sir. Might I ask where the nearest telegraph office is? Telegraph office? In Little Hurlington? Ah. Gentlemen, I can see no possible objective in prolonging this interview. I must ask you to leave immediately.
So, Elman denied all knowledge of the telegram.
He did?
Most singular, most remarkable. And how was Mr. Amberley taking the news?
Not at all well, especially given the expense involved in making the journey out here. Third class, I might add.
Well, not to worry. What time can I expect you back?
Tomorrow.
Speak up, old chap. It sounded as though you said tomorrow.
I did. There's no return train tonight. We're forced to stay at the railway arms. I believe Little Purlington must be the most primitive village in England.
Aye.
Oh, I'm sorry, landlord. Oh, and another one of these when you have a moment. Holmes, are you still there?
Still here, Watson. I'm very much afraid I've unwittingly condemned you to the horrors of a country inn.
It's a pity you weren't as familiar with the trains back to London as you were with the trains out here.
Yes, that is a pity. However, there is always nature, Watson. Nature and Josiah Amberley. You can be in close commune with both.
Holmes? Holmes?
Consider the expense of one unnecessary train journey in a day intolerable, Dr. Watson. But two?
Mr. Amberley, as I've already explained, I thought it best that we return to London in case Holmes had some fresh instructions for us.
If they're not worth more than the last ones, then they're not of much use. Holmes isn't in London, is he?
You know full well I wasn't aware of that when I made...
No, according to your landlady, he's awaiting for us at my house in Lewisham. Now, what the devil is he doing there?
I assure you I haven't the faintest idea.
Yeah, you do surprise me. Mr. Holmes, may I ask what you're doing in my home?
Forgive the intrusion. You remember Inspector McKinnon, I trust.
Mr. Amberley?
The inspector has also been interesting himself in your business, but we both have the same question to ask you.
What is the question?
Only this. What did you do with the bodies?
What? Bodies? What are you talking about?
Holmes, are you referring to Mrs. Amberley and Dr. Ernest?
They're dead?
Nor do
Fixing
an
to go to
explanation, my
Sam's
long-suffering friend.
club.
Bluff, pure
Samantha's
bluff,
club,
Holmes.
that
Far
is.
from it, Mr. Amberley. I knew from very early on that the case was a serious one. You made a bad slip when you allowed my astute friend to notice the number on the unused theatre ticket.
Number?
The seat number on the theatre ticket you supposedly bought for your wife on the evening of her disappearance.
Row B, seat 31.
Your own seat, then, was either 30 or 32.
Obviously.
And yet, when I examined the box office chart at the Haymarket Theatre, I ascertained that neither B30 nor 32 of the upper circle had been occupied that night. Therefore, you had not been to the theatre, and your alibi fell to the ground.
A bullseye for the doctor. Oh, thank you, Inspector.
Hardly that. What is this supposed to prove?
The strong smell of paint with my first clue. Once again, you can thank Dr. Watson's observation for that, though he failed to draw the inference. However, it set my foot upon the trail. Why should you at such a time be filling this house with strong odors? Obviously to cover some other smell which you wish to conceal.
A smell which would arouse suspicions, you mean? Surely not decomposition house, not of a social attack.
No, a quite different smell, Watson. The truth dawned on me when I recalled your telling me about Mr. Amberley's strong room, a room with an iron door and shutter.
Academies.
A hermetically sealed room. But those two
Freddy's.
they lead. Good God.
And
You see the gas pipe along the skirting here? It rises in the angle of the wall.
have
There's a tap here in the corner.
arrived
The tap runs out into the strong room. Mr. Amberley, would you be so good as to open the door?
at
Why should I?
Because I insist upon it, sir.
Samantha's club.
Look carefully, Inspector. You see that the gas pipe ends in that plaster rose in the center of the ceiling.
Yes. Practically concealed by the ornamentation.
At any moment, by turning
Samantha's
the room would
club.
be flooded with gas. With door and shutter closed and tap full on, I wouldn't give 2 minutes of conscious sensation to anyone shut up in this little chamber. That's quite sufficient, I think.
Well, until I get out. See ya.
I don't think I've seen